We here at GamersCast listen to people when they talk. So, at GDC, Shigeru Miyamoto asks game reviewers to take into consideration how easy it is for non-gamers to pick up and play a game. So, from now on, in our reviews, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be taking into consideration how easy it is for non-gamers to pick up and play for every review from now on, as long as the other co-hosts remember as well. So, yeah. Hey guys, this is Matt Goldsman from GamersCast, and here is my review of Excite Truck for the Nintendo Wii, rated E for everyone. Now, this is one of Nintendo's many great launch titles. This and Twilight Princess, and Wii Sports were pretty much Nintendo's three big launch titles for the Wii. So, how's it live up? Well, Excite Truck is actually the sequel to Excite Bike 64, which is the sequel to Excite Bike for the NES, which just was released on the Wii Virtual Console. Expect a review of that later also. And Excite Truck is a really good addition to the series. It has pretty great graphics to it. Control is done by holding the Wii remote in classic style, classic NES style, and it's done simply by turning the remote like a steering wheel. And no, it doesn't. But it does not make use of Ubisoft's third-party steering wheel attachment they made for the controller. Though this isn't exactly a bad thing. I mean, if you think about it, it works pretty flawlessly without that little steering wheel. So I don't really need it. Now, to go, you use 2, brake, 1, and the D-pads are used for boosts. If you boost for too long, you'll overheat. Now, to believe it or not, the main objective of Excite Truck is to get as many stars as possible in the courses. Not necessarily to get first place, but of course, by placing well, you also get bonus stars. So, it's still an incentive to get first, because it's the first place you get 50 bonus stars, which is significant, except in multiplayer. Now, at first, for non-gamers, it controls, you might oversteer just a bit in the beginning with a very small learning curve, but naturally, right after that, it becomes second nature, and it's incredibly fun to play. So, for non-gamers, this is a great game to just pick up and play and go out there with. Though, right now, best game for non-gamers to pick up and play at first is probably Wii Sports. So, yeah. Excite Truck, to get stars in Excite Truck, you can do a variety of different things. For drifting, you get stars. For jumps, you get stars. For crashing into other trucks, you get stars. For gunning through trees, you get stars. For throwing other trucks, you get stars. You get stars for a number of different things. But they are harder to get in some courses than others. And each thing you can possibly get a star for is rated in degrees. Now, you get 1 pity star for crashing, but that's only out of pity because really crashing really does a lot of number on you. When you crash, you have to repeatedly press 2 to recover and then get back into it. But it slows down everything so you don't go behind too much when you're trying to recover. Though you do go behind a significant amount. Now, as I said, these stars are done in degrees, so if you do something like, let's say you just tap another truck, you'll get a 1-star truck smash, but if you really ram into them, you'll get a 5-star, that's the highest. You can also get stars for getting rings. Now, to get rings, all you do is just launch yourself into the air, and then just get as many as you can of the 5 rings that appear. For each ring, you get an additional star. For each 5-star feat that you complete, you get trophy. You get points for it, and the game remembers how much you did these. And doing them enough, you'll get special bonuses such as trophies. Not necessarily unlockables, but there's unlockable trophies. So there you go. The game's one-player mode has a number of courses in it. Has a number of cups in it. Each cup features anywhere between 3 to 5 courses. Now, this is for generally how it goes through the whole game. For completing certain cups with certain grades, you get additional cars and decals. But other times, you need to get above a certain grade for even more unlockables. If you get a star on everything in normal Excite mode, you can unlock Super Excite mode, which has even more cups, more courses, more difficulty, more fun. The only thing is, for some people, there may not be some lasting appeal to keep you coming back to play the game, which could be a slight downfall, but if you can bring yourself to play it, it's a really great game. And for some people, have that lasting appeal, for others it won't. It depends on really who you are, so there's that. Then there's also, in the middle of the course, there are also exclamation points and action blocks, if you would like to call them that, which could either make rings appear or just dramatically change the course's terrain by either making hills, breaking stuff, making floods, anything of that nature. On the course there are also POWs, which will just make you invincible, ramming through everything, increase your speed, and you can just kill and annihilate just pretty much everything in your path in just rages of speed and fury and all sorts of stuff like that. Overall, the game is pretty solid. There's also a special feature in this which will allow you to choose from up to 100 songs as MP3 files in your SD card. This is a very nice idea here, and we can only hope that it'll be up there in future Wii games as well, because it's just a really nice feature. I mean, the only other place you can do that right now is the photo channel, so if you got some nice MP3 files you'd rather do than listen to the game's default music, you can do that. So there you go. So the sound of the game, the natural sound, is pretty good. Now, the courses in the game don't have actual names, they just have names of countries and rank level. So it's like either basic, like bronze, silver, gold, premium, platinum, diamond, stuff like that. So each country for each difficulty has one course, and that's generally how those are done out. The graphics on this game are pretty good. The resolution is pretty nice as well. It's about average as what we should be expecting from the Wii. A bit above average, actually, so it's a pretty solid there too. And really, there's loads of unlockable cars, though certain things on the game could be touched up a bit. For example, multiplayer, it was very brief. All that you can do is race, as opposed to in single player, there's also modes for getting the most rings or just crashing into cars and stuff like that in the challenge mode. For two-player, it's just racing, and is very light. The unlockable screens are also very basic, and generally just look like a PowerPoint presentation. So it isn't anything all too nice. But the game is a solid experience, and first-time gamers should enjoy the experience, though they may not latch onto it for too long. But there is a great urge, but if you can get yourself into it, there's a great urge to keep coming back for higher and higher ranks. Of course, you don't need to win a level to get into unlock other levels. There are all you really need is a B, but to get certain modes, you'll just need a S star grade, which is the best you can get. It ranks from E to S. So overall, this is a solid title, so I give Excite Truck for the Nintendo Wii an 8.3 out of 10.